travel cost for the first year. Poor justification of reason wanting to study in Australia. If you want to study in Australia, you need to show to the visa officer why is that you have Ghana as a country, but you have chosen to study in Australia. There may be other countries, but why is Australia number one for you? You need to write this and explain. Astolink staff will guide you. A lot of people choose courses not related to previous studies or employment. Some of these people, the reason I've seen people get visa refusals is that a lot of people want to choose courses below their level. For example, you have already done your degree or master's, and because you want an easier way to go to Australia, you choose a certificate course or a diploma course because the tuition fee is very low. This is a recipe for refusal. If you happen to be one of that, please avoid it. So when you choose a course below your level, your current level of education, they will refuse you. Aside this, let's assume that there are those who also try to hide their current level of education. So they have a degree or master's, but because they want to go and do diploma, the most easiest way to enter the country, they try to hide their current level of education. So they will not state that they have a degree or master's. Now, depending on your situation, if you are like, say, 30 years, 25 years, and you state that you have no degree, diploma, and so you are going to do certificate course or diploma course, you can easily be refused, even when all your paperwork are genuine, because the visa officer thinks there's a big gap in your education. So they know that people will want to use the easiest way to enter. They may not want to go through the right process. If you do that, they can refuse you the visa. So never choose a course below your current level of education, unless it is a very unique course that your employer really wants you to study. For example, if you're going to do a course like, say, a study on earthquake, because there's a challenge with it. When we had COVID, let's say there's a problem and there's a course, a short course or a certificate or diploma course you need to do on top of your profession. In that case, they may grant you the visa. But generally, if you are going to choose courses below your level, they will refuse you. You need a good consultant to advise you to do this. Poor economic and social ties in your country. If you're going to apply for visa, it's not a matter of praying to God to give you grace. Please, it's about paperwork. It's about providing the right document. If your economic and social ties is weak, you are a recipe for refusal, because they want to make sure that you have economic compelling evidence to come back to your country. Even though there's an opportunity to stay in the country, you need to show to them you are employed in Ghana, you have money in your bank account, you are married, you have children, you have something to show that, yes, this person already in your own country, you have good economic and social ties. Without this, I'm afraid your visa will be refused. Not provide information concerning your previous travel immigration history. If you have been refused a visa before to any country, when you're applying for Australian visa, you should be honest and provide every information concerning your previous travel. So if you have traveled to any country before, you need to explain, you need to show it. If you have been refused a visa to any country, you must provide evidence. You must state it, including if you have gone to Togo's border, Burkina border, any of the West Africa country borders for your passport to be stamped. Once those stamps are in your passport, please, you need to disclose it. If somebody took your passport and did a connection for you, you were refused, you need to make sure. This is the reason why you don't just give your passport to anyone, because if the person has taken your passport to do something and you're not aware, if you apply for Australian visa, when they find your data is on the system, they refuse your visa. And I'm happy to tell you that the Australian immigration share data with US, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and even some Schengen countries. So if you have been refused a visa to any of these countries, when you're applying for Australian visa, make sure you disclose it. Not disclosing will lead to your visa rejection. Facts about Australia: it's considered to be a safe country to live as compared to USA and UK. Even though US and UK are great countries, in terms of crime rate, Australia has a lower crime rate compared to the UK and the USA. The people of Australia are open-minded, tolerant, welcoming, as they are all exposed. The official language is English and it's located in the Pacific region. The official currency is Australian dollar, and today 1 Australian dollar is equivalent to 5 cedis 70 pesos. The minimum wage for Australia in 2022 is $21.38, which is 121 cedis. So if you work in Australia 1 hour, you'll be paid 121 cedis 80 pesos, which is the least, the minimum wage per hour. The population of Australia is 25.69 people, according to 2022, and it's an aging population compared to Ghana. Unemployment rate is 3.5% of the population. These are people not employed due to health conditions, change of jobs, genuinely lazy people who really want to rely on government support. There's a lot of opportunities and job opportunities in Australia. However, there are people who want to rely on government support. Government should be the one to provide them. They don't want to work. They're the reason why they have 3.5% unemployment rate. Per capita income for Australia is $57,000, and their GDP is 1.4 trillion US dollars. So Australia economy is like half of the whole of Africa put together. So when we put the whole of Africa put together, our economy, when we divide our economy into two, Australia is half. So it means that Australia can feed the whole of 50% of African population. Now, if you want to study in Australia, as a consultant, I advise that you don't just choose any city. I recommend you to study in regional areas, not just any city. I know a lot of people come and say, oh, we want to study in Melbourne, we want to study in Sydney. These are fantastic cities, but is it the right place for you to study? My dear friend, these are some of the best cities or regional areas I recommend for you. Adelaide, Armidale, Gold Coast, Perth, Geelong, Newcastle, Wollongong, Sunshine, Hobart, and many more. Why is that I will not recommend Sydney, Melbourne? These are regional areas. If you study these regional areas, you get up to 4-year post-study work permit, depending on what the level you study, degree or master that you study. And then when you finish your course and you're looking forward to apply for permanent resident, if you're applying for a permanent resident, if you have studied, say, accounting in, say, Armidale or Hobart, you gain additional points than someone who did accounting in Sydney or in Melbourne. This is not open to students. So a lot of students don't know, and during the application process, they do not consider all these things. They just say, I want to go to Australia, and then choose Australia. I'll recommend that if your intention is to go and stay there permanently, make sure that you study in regional areas. Students who choose to study in these areas have advantage in post-study work visa and application for permanent resident over those who study in major cities like Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and the rest. This is free information to share with you. So when you're choosing a school, don't just choose a school. You need to be careful and make sure that you choose a school in regional area, especially those who are above 35 years. You need to be very, very mindful. Now, as a consultant, I have come out to share, this is secret. This is a secret thing I want to share with you. What programs can lead to permanent residence? You know, being a Ghanaian, travel abroad, and I know the importance of international education. I want you to know courses that can help you to get permanent resident, that can help you to get a job and lead you to get permanent resident. There are so many of them. There are so many of them. But Len, I've chosen a few ones here. If your intention is to study in Australia and stay there after your course and live there and get a professional job, from the onset, you need to get advice from the onset. I know a couple of people who have studied in Australia and they have regretted studying there because they did not get this advice I'm sharing with you. So you have courses like social work. Who will be eligible? I'll share with you. Nursing. Even I have schools that even if you did biology, chemistry, physics, public, you can go and do nursing even if you didn't do nursing degree. So you look at courses like social work, nursing or midwifery, courses like teaching, disability studies, business analytics, accounting, all IT-related programs, digital marketing, social media management, agriculture, environmental science, all engineering programs, building and construction, psychology, hospitality, and other medical courses. If your intention is that after my studies in Australia, I want to stay there and work and get my papers before I leave Australia, you need to consider this. Then we also have courses like cookery, chef, and other trade courses. If your intention is to stay in Australia, you need to be advised the type of course to choose. A lot of people just say, oh, I want to study in Australia, and they go online, apply to their own school, choose their own course, they pay their money, they go and study, only for them to know that it will be difficult for them to get a professional job. Why would you want to spend $30,000, $40,000 to study, and after your course, you cannot find employment related to the course that you pursue, and you need to downgrade and look for another opportunity again because you did not get knowledge? The Bible says that get knowledge, get understanding. For lack of knowledge, my people perish, in Hosea 4:6. So it is very important that you consider the course that you choose. If your intention is to study the course, come back to Ghana to come and work, whatever course that you wish, please choose it. As far as Astolins is concerned, we will guide you to choose the right school, the right course, and the right environment to support you. Okay, fantastic. Why should you consider Australia? Why should Australia be considered now? Consider Australia if you want to study in a place that can lead you to get permanent resident after your studies. Now, if you're below 45 years and you're looking for one of the fantastic countries that you can study, and after your education over there, you can get your permanent resident, it is Australia. So consider Australia if you want to get permanent resident after your study. It is not every country that when you study, you can get permanent resident. You need to know this from the onset. If you want to get post-study work visa, so if you are looking for opportunity to stay in a country after your studies, Australia is one of them, and Australia can give you up to 4 years post-study work visa, depending on the course you study and where you study. You can work part-time up to 40 hours per fortnight and full-time on holidays. So if your intention is to study in Australia, you can get 40 hours to work per fortnight, and on holidays you work full-time. If you want your spouse to get a full working right during your studies, consider the Aussie land. So if those who are married during your studies, your wife can join you, or your husband can join you, your spouse can join you and work full-time to support you. Your children can study free in a public funded school if you secure admission for them. So in a public funded school, so the incumbent on you to find a public funded school, and your children below 18 years can study free. Australia has more job opportunities than most European countries. And this is the reason why, if you are thinking of investing in education, you consider Australia, because the chances of you finding employment in Australia is higher than a lot of countries. It is a safe place where your right is protected and respected as a foreign student. You need to have a sound, secure atmosphere to study. And one of the best places I will recommend for you is Australia. What is the best time to study in Australia? We have January to March each year. So this meeting, I'm organizing it purposely for those who want to travel to Australia from December to March 2023 to study their degree and master's programs. We also have February. We also have July every year. We have July intake, I beg your pardon, so typing error. We have July intake every year, which we have already closed. And at the moment, we are processing application for those who want to go January to March 2023. However, some universities and colleges have intake in November, January, March, April, June, September, and etc. We can give you advice on it. Requirement for admission. Educational certificate. So irrespective of your background, even if you got third class, we may be able to find you a school. So educational certificate and transcript, depending on your level of education. So if you have a degree, a diploma, HND, we need your certificate and we need your transcript. We need a soft copy of your CV, which shows a detailed information about your employment, your education, your skills, your objective, and so forth. You need your passport. Now, English language requirement. There are schools that require IELTS. There are schools that do not require IELTS. Of course, you will need your WASSCE results or your SSCE, or if you have written IELTS, TOEFL, PTE, etc., you need to add it. And then a strong SOP. You must explain why you want to choose Australia, why you have chosen the course, how the course will help you to achieve your future career and educational goals, and many more, which if you become a client of AstroLinks, I'm happy to tell you that we will be able to advise you on how to go about that. Now, after you have submitted all these documents, we are able to get you admission. What do you need to get a visa after securing admission? Now, getting an Australia visa is one of the easiest way to apply. There's no interview unless your documents are not straightforward, and then they will call you. The Australian Embassy responsible for student visa for Ghanaians and most Africans is in Pretoria, South Africa. And so every paperwork is online. We do the visa application online. You submit everything online. And this is the reason why they also spend quality time to check it. I need to take a coffee. Now, if you are going to apply for Australian visa, you need to organize your educational history from high school to date. Even some schools sometimes we can even trace up to your junior high school. So your degree certificate, your transcript, your master's certificate and transcript, your SSCE, your JHS, any course that you have pursued from high school to date, you need to provide and scan them continuously. You don't scan them separately, you scan them continuously. We call them educational documents. Provide evidence of current employment. If you're going to apply for the visa, you need to provide evidence of current employment situation. So you need probably your introductory letter from your employer, your pay slips, if you have appointment letter, your salary bank account. You scan all these things together. Or if you are a businessman or self-employed, you need your business registration, a business letterhead, and a letter is well written to prove that yes, you are employed. You also need to show evidence of your social status. Are you a responsible person in the society? That is, are you married? You have children? Does your children have birth cert? Do you have any property? Or if your local leader, like assembly member, DC, MP knows you, they can all add letter to your application to show that yes, this person is known to us. He's this in the community. Going to study in Australia will be useful to him. It's very, very important. Then provide evidence of your previous travel immigration history, such as visa granted, letters of visa refusals, and the like. Financial requirement to study in Australia. I know all these things that I'm sharing with you requires money. And I want you to know that if you want to study in Australia, you need to know that it's an investment. Those of you are here only because you want scholarship. If they are giving scholarship and we are 100 here, only 1 or 2 people may get this. So normally I'm talking about investing in your future, looking for money to invest in education in Australia with the aim that one, it will improve you, get a better job and have a great future. Not somebody who just come and say that he just needs scholarships. Please, I'm not here for those people. I am here for those who really want to go and sell a property, borrow money, and invest in their international education. And I challenge them that it will be well with them. Now, financial requirement. You have to show that you have money to pay for the rest of your first year tuition fees, living expenses, and travel costs for the first year. So if you are going to apply for the visa, what the embassy want to see is that, do you have money to pay for your first year tuition fees? Normally, the school will ask you to pay part of the money after you have given admission, and you need to pay half. So after you have paid the half, you still have to show that the half of the first year plus your living expenses and your travel costs, you have that money kept in a bank account. You can use your own bank statement, that of your parent, siblings, grandparent, and anyone willing to sponsor you. Listen, the difference between Australia and UK is that anybody at all can use their bank statement to sponsor you. However, it is incumbent on you to demonstrate why someone, not your family member, wishes to sponsor you. That one, when you meet me in chambers, we will talk about this. So somebody can sponsor you. And we need, if your sponsor can also demonstrate that their annual income is around 70,000 K, they can sponsor you without providing bank statement. So those of you whose parents are doing business, if your parents can generate a gross income of 70,000 Australian dollars a year, they don't need bank statement. We can do some business auditor financial statement and get a tax clearance on top of it. And based on that, we can apply for the visa for you. You don't need a bank statement. You must always provide evidence of sponsorship letter, copy of sponsor's ID, proof of relationship, and evidence of the source of income. So what did your sponsor do to generate this money? It's very, very important. The good thing about Australia is that we accept bank statement from all banks. So whether it is a rural bank, savings and loan, unlike UK, Australia will accept it provided it is genuine. You can provide sponsorship in the form of fixed deposit, treasury bill, and other investment, but you must demonstrate that it will mature before your travel date. I've got news for HND diploma nurses and midwives. If you have HND, you can get course credit and study a degree for 2 years so that I can also be eligible for post-study work permits. I want to make this clarification. If you are going to study your master's in Australia and the course is not 2 years, I am sorry. Even when you graduate, you will not get post-study work permit. And a lot of people are frustrated, especially if your course is like 1.5 years. You need to make sure that at the end of the day, you are going to do 2 years, which will guarantee you the 4 years or the 3-year post-study permit. Without it, I'm sorry, you will not be eligible for post-study. So even if you get admission, check the course. Is it 2 years? If it's less than 2 years, don't go for it. Unless your intention is to finish the course and come back to Ghana. But if you want to stay in Australia, you must study a minimum of 2 years. Please keep it. Study a minimum of 2 years. Nurses and diploma, nurses with diploma, that's the nurses and midwife diploma, and have NMC licenses and PIN, can study 2 years to get a degree to be eligible for post-study work visa. So if you're a nurse or a midwife, you have 3-year diploma, you can study 2 years in Australia and get a bachelor's degree, which qualifies you to practice nursing in Australia. SHS graduate will get direct admission to do a bachelor's degree for 3 years without foundation programs. If you have a professional certificate, please, you may also get course credit to be able to study in Australia. If you have ACCA, SIM, Chartered Institute of Marketing and the rest, you can get a waiver and do a degree in Australia. If you are in the university, so you can transfer, let's say you are in the 2nd year in the university, 1st year in the university, you are done with your 2 semesters, you can collect your transcript, and then we can look for a school and transfer you from there, so that if you have, the course is 3 years, you may end up doing it for 2 years, provided the academic board approve this. estimate cost of travel. So there's a standard living expenses of 21,000 Australian dollars, and you need to show this. This is not relevant. Is IELTS, PT, TOEFL compulsory? If you want to study in Australia, you know there's an English proficiency test you have to write. One is IELTS, one is PT, one is TOEFL. These exams, are they compulsory even if you are from Ghana, where the medium of instruction for our studies is English? Is it compulsory that you provide IELTS? Well, I have information for you. The above English test is compulsory. If you wish to study courses like so, there are schools that can waive it for you. But listen to me. If your intention is to study courses like medicine, nursing, social work, teaching, pharmacy, law, and some other courses, like maybe even psychology, there are schools that may require you to do to provide English proficiency. The reason being that these are courses that empowers you to deal directly with local folks. And I'm sorry to tell you, not all citizens of Australia are formally educated. There are people in Australia who cannot read and write. They have never been to school. They speak English because it is their first language. It is like being an man or a Voltarian or whatever tribe you are. By default, you can speak the language. But if you don't go to school, your Volta language or Ashanti language or write them. So it is, if your intention is to do any of the courses I have projected here, I am sorry, you need to write an IELTS. Other than that, you cannot apply for visa. You can't even get unconditional offer. So if your intention is to do any of these courses, fine. There are also schools that require IELTS, even if your course doesn't fall under the above ones. There are even schools, even if you're not going to do any of these, they'll still require you to write an IELTS. You need to speak to us to show you what school and which school is good for that and not for this. There are schools that can waive it for you, but none of you chooses the courses mentioned above. There are schools in Australia, if you choose to study with them, you don't need to provide IELTS, but not the courses I've mentioned. For the courses that I've mentioned, it is compulsory. It is regulated by a certain body, and the school have the school doesn't have what it takes to overrule this. The general ban for all other schools and courses is 6.0, with the least being 5.5 or 5.0. So let's say if you write the IELTS, which is speaking, writing, listening, and reading, they expect that you get overall band of 6.0. If it happens that you had 5.0 in reading or writing, it is fine, but it shouldn't be two bands being 5.0 or 5.5. If you want to know which school and which course that is good for you, consult Astrolinks and we will do it for you. Now I have a couple of few questions. If you have questions, you drop it on the chat box. Please, I'm Jennifer from Tema Accra. Please, how do I join to take part of this program, please? You're already on the program. Please, do you assist with bank statement like UK? And if we do not assist bank statement for Australia, I'm sorry. Any question, you put it on the chat box and we are very happy. Question is, good day, is my GPA 1.7? Is it possible for me to get admission? You need to book an appointment to me. My video has breaking, so cannot really understand. So we can, what to do in the program, okay? Isaac, terms of Astrolinks, I have admission at Hobart. I found so 50,000 ready, but fee is 89,000 as indicative fee. Can I pay plan on this? Okay, we'll book appointment with me and then kindly educate me on PhD. I'm interested. So those of you who want to do PhD, we can help you to find a research proposal and link you to department heads and send your research proposal to them. That is it. Now, I want you to bring your questions for me to answer, but hey, this is what I've got to share with you. As I always do my event, I know there are a lot of people here who want to talk to me one-on-one. I cannot do this for everybody. I have a lot of people on the platform. Before I continue, if, for example, you want to meet me one-on-one and talk to me, I want to book an appointment with you, and also want to say this. Astrolinks have partnership of a lot of schools in Australia where we can help you to get admission and visa. Our service fee is normally $500, which is today 4,000 Ghana cedis. That's our service fee, but I'm giving 50% discount right now, and I've given it out. So my service fee, if you choose that, we should do your application, admission, and do your visa process for you to go either November, January, February, March, April, May, June, up to September next year. You can book an appointment with me. You will pay 200 Ghana cedi, which is part of the remaining service fee that I charge you. As I said, my service is 4,000, 50% discount. So it has dropped to 2,000 Ghana cedis. And that 2,000 is what I will use to do your application, admission, and visa process. Legalize all your paperwork. And if your intention is to join me and be part of that, you book appointment to talk to me. So first of all, I will counsel you, know the right school to choose, the right course to choose, understand your finances. And when I understand your finances, I say, okay, let's go to school A, let's go to school B, choose this province or territory or this or that. But to book that appointment, you need to send 200 Ghana cedis to my Momo account, which is 0244 502752. The name is Astolins Limited, Astolins International. If you send the money to the Momo account now, use your telephone number as reference, and I will be very happy to call you tomorrow on Zoom, or you meet me in the office in Accra. If you're in Takoradi, I'll meet you tomorrow before I leave. So the number to book an appointment with me is 0244 502752. When you book the appointment, use your telephone number as reference so that we can call you. I said that having been sending students to Australia for the past 7 years, I have understood the tricks, what it takes for one to be able to get admission, get a visa. There is also what we call Australia Award Scholarship. Currently, one of my schools is giving 50%, 30% scholarship. So if your intention is to go to Australia, I can find a school for you where you can do, we can do the application admission for you. They will give you 50%, 30% scholarship, I beg your pardon, and they will give you 1 year accommodation scholarship, and you can study nursing, social work, you can study accounting, you can study business analytics, you can study agriculture, environmental science, geography and rural development, and so many programs with them. Fantastic. The tuition fee is one of the cheapest, and it's a public funded university in Australia. So if your intention is to go to Australia February next year, between November to September next year, book appointment to meet me. And I said my appointment fee is 200 cedi. It is part of the process. So after I talk to you, if your intention is to continue the process, you are eligible, we take it from there. If you are not eligible, it's not refundable, and then you don't pay any other money to me. So to be able to talk to me, Richard Obiansumi, as your #1 educational counselor, please, you book an appointment and I'll talk to you, and then we take it from there. Once you're booking, please use your telephone number as reference for me. So you send the money to the mobile number, you add your telephone number as reference, and probably you can type your name so we can call you back. Few questions are here. All right, so please, do you ask, okay, a question is, please, is your university English proficiency allowed? There are schools you don't need an IELTS, but I'm telling you that it depends on the course you want to study. If you want to study law, pharmacy, medicine, nursing, social work, I am sorry you need an IELTS. If somebody tells you that you want to study nursing in Australia and you don't need an IELTS, it is a scam. Don't follow them. What is the minimum financial requirement, Eugene? We book appointment because the minimum financial requirement depends on the school I choose for you and the course. You need to understand that. Thank you. Abdul Nafiu, how about masters in computer science with someone business background? Yes, you can do it, Nafiu. Please, how can one book an appointment with you? Enoch, you can book appointment with me by look at the screen. You send money, Ghana cedis, 200 cedis to a Momo account, 0244 502752, and use your telephone number, and then we will book the appointment with you. Thank you. Benjamin says, Can I do masters with second class lower? Yes, Benjamin, you can get even third class. I've got schools with third class. You can do masters. You can do masters with even social work. Please, I'm a Clement watching you live from Volta region. Oh, please, my uncle is in UK. Can he sponsor me so that my uncle can use his bank statement? Yes, Clement Efriye, he can. But we need to provide additional evidence. Can I go through online MBA and still get resident permits? Some yes, some no, depends. Book an appointment, a queer, and let's take it from there. I had English, but I'm holding a degree. Can I get a school in Australia? Yes, you can get a school, Spencer, where you don't need an IELTS. But as I said, if your intention is to do nursing, social work, law, pharmacy, and teaching course, I am sorry, you have to write the IELTS or PTE or TOEFL. Please, can you throw more light on trade and vocational courses? Yes, there are courses that are called trade and vocational that can also help you to get your papers, but it is not an open thing. I need to meet you one-on-one and let you know whether you'll be eligible for it. It is not everybody who will be eligible for the trade programs. So if you want to know the trade program that you can apply, you book appointment. As I said, if you already have a degree, let's say you are 35 years, you don't go and choose a course below a degree level. They will refuse you visa. Please. Can someone throw more? Okay, please, what is the least class to apply a degree? I said that you can do it with a third class. If you had passed, we have a system where you can do a pre-masters, or you can do, there's a particular course you can even get admission to do, and one university you can get it, especially if you want to do hospitality. Ampon Awua, is the $250 all I need to pay? Yeah, the $250 is my full service fee, but today you are only paying 200 Ghanaian cedis, which is part of the $250. If you pay the 200 Ghanaian cedis, after I have consulted you, I've canceled you, and you are ready to go, then you pay the rest. If you are not ready to go, we end it there. Thank you. Mavis MFA. Okay. Please, can you do visitor visa or work visa for me? Yes, I can do work visa or visitor's visa for you, provided you are eligible. You book your appointment and we take it from there. Estayo, please, if you have a huge gap in education, that is 10 years, will you still get education? Yes. Esther, we can do it. That is why you come to, we'll find a way to bridge it. Even if you have done a volunteer work before, even a church, you hold a position at church, we need to find a way to bridge it. So it is good to speak to a consultant. If you have a gap in education, that is 10 years, will you still get admission? I have explained. I want to pay 200 cedis, but I want to process for UK. This event is purely for Australia, say. What if I want to study in another country? Can I still send the money? This event is purely for Australia. Prince Owusu-Miriku, you, please, Mr. Asumi, I am Prince Owusu-Miriku. I visited your office, even started my process. I wanted Australia, but until now, I couldn't get the admission feedback from the Australia. I'm currently in Singapore on official assignment. I'll be in Ghana next week. Please, is the door still open for me to Australia schools? I am particular about that. Yes, sir. Were you able to finish your IELTS, Mr. Miriku? I remember you very well. How about mature student? Yes. If you're a mature student, do you have a degree? Whatever you have, book an appointment. Let's take it from there. Please book an appointment. Eric Pins. Eric, what if I want to study in another country? Can I also send the money? No. This event is for Australia only. Ebenezer Nanakwe said, Jane, please, my GPA is 2.8, one scholarship. You book an appointment. Let's take it from there. We also have the Australia Government Award Scholarship, which you can study to get. You can apply to get scholarship. For Masters in Accounting and Finance, do I need an IELTS? No. If you want to study Masters in Accounting and Finance, we can get to school, you don't need an IELTS. Okay, so what about teaching? Do you still need an IELTS? Yes, because teaching, you'll be teaching local people, you need an IELTS. And remember, teaching is under the skilled occupation. That when you finish, you can use it to get your papers. Mavis MFR, please, when are you done with schooling? Can you stay in Australia? Yes, I've said this many times. Please, will I get masters in public health? Yes, we have masters in public health. Daniel Nabol, hello, can I school and work at the same time? Yes, probably you joined the meeting late. Please, I did my first master's in UK and came back to Ghana. My current job is in the banking sector. but no business education background. Can I be considered for a second master's in MBA? I'm 43 years. Yes, sir. Yeah, Odun, please, what is the budget amount to study accounting in Australia with second class upper? I'm in Takwe. Can I come to the office tomorrow to have a chat with you? Yeah, Odun, you have been my client already. You have to be specific. Yes, you can meet me tomorrow. Hi, Sylvester Kujo here. Please, I want to know how the official transcripts are sent to Australian schools. You don't need to send a transcript to the schools. Astolin is the official agent for most schools in Australia. Once we accept your transcript, we will use it to do the application, so you don't have to post it there. How much is the average school fees after discount? It depends on the school that we choose for you. So after canceling you, I will advise you. I have a master's degree. Can I still do another master's? Also, what is the required deposit for the school in Australia? It depends on the schools. Please, I paid 200 Ghana some time ago when we had seminar in UK universities. I did not continue again. Do I still have to pay? Yes. Backman Samuel Valentine. Please, can you tell when Canada will come up? This event is for Australia. Esther York, how much will it cost for fees? This fees depend on the school. I'm currently in university. Can I still apply? Yes, you can do transfer. Can I have a postgraduate diploma in epidemiology or MSc in medical microbiology? Yes, MFA, you can do it. Can I get international relations in second class? Yes, you can. Prince Boateng, what are the requirements for Australia government scholarship? A whole lot of paperwork need to be considered for that. So as I'm saying, you can keep bringing your question. There are a lot of opportunities in Australia, but let me be honest with you. If you get Australia Government Award Scholarship, when you finish your course, you have to leave Australia. You can't stay in Australia and work because they give you the scholarship to come back to Ghana to work and help the economy. So if your intention is to apply for Australia Award Scholarship, please remember that when you finish your course, you have to leave Australia. So all those thinking of going with Australia government scholarship, think about that. If your intention is to stay there after your studies, it is prudent that you probably fund it yourself so that after your course, you have the liberty to stay there and work full time. Yes, any question? I've got question. Benjamin Lamte, can I book? Yes, Ben, you can do that. You can do that. John, can your family join you later whilst you are studying? Yes. So those of you who are married, your family can join you once you are studying in Australia. And for example, your spouse can work full time to support you once you are a student in Australia. Mabel Apia, do you help people to write an IELTS? Yes. As Astolens, we have office in Kumasi, Accra, and Takrady, and each of these centers, we provide IELTS classes. That's what I'm saying. You have everything at a go at Astolens. Somebody was asking me, how much should one estimate before they even start the whole process? It depends. As low as 50,000 Ghana cedis, you can travel and study in Australia, depending on your circumstances. And averagely, normally, one will need about 70,000 Ghana cedis. And you wonder when you finish your course, you're gonna get 4-year post-study work permit if you have studied in a regional area, and you gain additional point if you want to apply for permanent resident. It is easier. Please, you have not answered me. How do I start the Australia application, please? Benedicta, you start by booking an appointment with me. You can book an appointment with me, which is send 200 Ghana cedis to my Momo account, which is 0244 502752. And my team and I will be very happy to support you to do your application, your admission, and your visa, counseling you to know what is good school, what is the right school for you. Can we please respect that this event is for Australia? And if you want to inquire about UK, you visit our office because this is purely for UK. Can your girlfriend join you in Australia? Confidence. If yes, your de facto relationship person can do. How much should one estimate for study? How much should one estimate for study in Australia? Okay, do you provide bank statement for Australia? No, sir. How much is IELTS? Our classes fee is 700 Ghana cedis. So if you have questions relevant to application courses, Mary Ann Salia, yes, we've got masters in public health. We've got masters in public health. So whatever you want to say, as I said, when you're about 35 years and you're choosing a school, you need to be very careful. You can't be making mistakes. So you need to consult us to show you the right course to choose, the right course to choose, the right school to choose, the right province or territory to stay. Thank you. Is IELTS requirement for PhD in geography? Yes, for PhD, you may need it. What does 70,000 for Australia include? I cannot give breakdown things here. Book an appointment to meet me and we will take it from there. Please, can you get me a school to study MSc Oil and Gas Engineering and kindly having BSc Geomatic Engineering? Yes, we can. Please, Ms. Boku, I kindly send your number. Those of you who have paid, use your telephone number as reference. So Mercy, use your telephone number, send it back to them again. Can I use my brother's bank statement in Australia? But we are share different sending. No problem. As I said earlier on, for Australia, even if the person is not your relative, and you can provide justification as to why he or she is sponsoring you, we will accept it. So for that is a great thing about Australia. The person is not supposed to be your biological relative alone, but if the person is willing to sponsor you and you can have a justification, yes, we should be able to help process the visa for you. But keep your questions coming. So if you are looking for a country where you can study after your master's degree or after your degree, let me use an example. If I'm a teacher, so I want to talk at, so those of you have a degree in Ghana, you can go and do Master of Teaching, which at the end of the day will qualify you to become a secondary school teacher in Australia. And because you have done teaching, which is part of the skilled occupation, and probably you studied in a regional area, you are going to get additional points. And if you find a company to employ you, a school to employ you, get additional, then you can apply for your papers. I know people who have arrived in Australia less than 4 years, they have gotten their permanent resident. It is one of the most easiest country. I think the second easiest country or so to get your papers. So if you are studying in Australia, if you compare Australia to UK and USA, Australia, it is easier for one to get their papers by studying Australia as compared to USA and UK. So if you have questions, you can bring it. And we also have Master of Professional Nurse. If you have a degree in biology, chemistry, any of the sciences, allied sciences, you can go and do nursing degree for 2 years. And when you finish, you are going to get license as a registered nurse in Australia. And then you can practice nursing there. And then you can apply for your permanent resident. And the school will give you 30% scholarship, as well as you gaining 1 year accommodation scholarship. If you did accounting and want to switch to nursing, is it easy to get a visa? Esther, it will be difficult to get a visa because there are 2 different areas. If you did accounting, I recommend probably we need to show you can do social work by changing your CV and build your CV to see that after your degree, you have been working as a social worker, you've been involved in voluntary and NGO programs and a couple of things. That will be better for you. And that is, or you can do business analytics. Yes. Please, what is the deadline for booking an appointment? Appointment deadline is as soon as I drop the call. Is Ghana citizen what you should be in your bank statement or cash one has to hold for 41-year-old intending masters in computer science? Abdul Nafiu Adade, yes, with 50,000 can help you to be able to pay for your tuition fee, living as tuition fees, visa fee. I mean, the real money you need to spend. For bank statement, you need an average of 100,000 plus, depending on the school. Then they watch it, please, under the hospitality course, can I go do flight attendants or cabin crew? I'm a teacher by profession. I'm sorry, flight attendant and cabin crew course are not under the skilled occupation, though you can do it. Please, can a disease control right IELTS for work? I'm talking about education. I'm talking about education and not employment. So if you're here, your intention to study in Australia and stay there after your studies, I'm here to support you. Is it considered to finish your NSS after a degree program in Ghana University before you can? No, sir, Kenneth. Where is your IELTS office in Kumasi? Gabriel, our office is located at Asokwa Hotel de Texas Building, first floor. If the team member is on the line, please look at Gabriel and send him the location. I need you, if you have questions you want me to address, I'm here for you. It's free advice. Can your family join you when you study in Australia? Yes, please take a single look at the Accra office. They don't respond to inquiries. Kumasi team are always ready to assist. Thank you. I'll do that. Thank you. Can your girlfriend join you? Yes, it's possible. Okay, please, my background is in a great, can I get PhD course as continuity? You need to have a good research proposal. So those of you who want to do PhD, you need to have a research proposal. It's not just about having a qualification. Please, where is your office in Takoradi? The Takoradi office is on the Liberation Road. From Asempa Hotel, you can 3 buildings on your left, and Astolins is there. We are on the first floor, Ifwa Crensel Legacy Building. The Astolins office is there. You can meet us there and we can advise you. Personally, I'm in Takoradi and I'm happy to meet you and talk to you and counsel you for the next, for today and tomorrow before I leave. Please, can I get scholarship for masters in midwifery? I have a first class. You can get tuition discount. You can get tuition discount, but I cannot show you 100% scholarship. Please, for the whole process for masters in Australia, can 60,000 for tuition deposit, visa, accommodation, flight, and somehow Zoom user, somehow it may be. So what I want you to do is this. Once you are booking an appointment with me, one of the reasons why we do this is that as a chief consultant, once you book an appointment with me, I'll be able to meet you one-on-one, maybe give you 15 minutes and launch into your profile and be able to advise you on the right course to choose. Mr. Smith, can I do law in Australia? My background is a Bachelor of Science, Human Resource Management. Yes, you can do it, but you need an IELTS if you want to do law. I hold MA International Relations, Security. I graduated with merit from UK Uni. Can I a PhD program, and do I need an IELTS? Notwithstanding my UK qualification, you need it. So the IELTS requirement is Australian immigration, not the school. Australian immigration, unless the school waive it for you. I've MPhil in finance, want to study masters in business analytics. Yes, Gabby, we can do that for you. Also, answer, can you please help one get into a school where he or she gets to Australia? If you're already in Australia, yes, we can. Can I, and please, what is the average amount? All these questions that you're asking me, you need to book an appointment. I'm a medical laboratory scientist. I need to do hematology and immunology as a master. Is it possible to secure scholarship? Let me tell you, I'm not here to talk about scholarship. I am here to talk to people who want to change their life by investing in the education. I told you, there are millions of people applying for scholarship all over the world. So they may give scholarship to few people. My interest is not scholarship. However, if you apply and you have what it takes, we will give you. There are schools that can give you scholarship. I have University of New England in Armidale. They are giving 30% scholarship. University of New England is free. I'm giving you the information. They give 30% scholarship and 1 year accommodation scholarship. You don't pay for accommodation, but you need to apply through us and we will do this arrangement for you. So if you are thinking of applying for a school where you can get scholarship, consider University of New England. We also have schools that will give you 20%, Flinders, Torrens, and all the schools that we work with in Australia. So that is it. Is it considered to write IELTS test for visa after the school has waived it? If the school, there are levels of schools in Australia, the school must have what it takes to waive the IELTS. If the immigration require that, the school have to provide an IELTS, you still have to provide it. So before you even apply to the school, you have to check the requirement. Thank you. Is WASSCE necessary for master's application? You don't really need it, but it parts of, you can add it as part of your education history. Thank you. If you are listening to me and you want to book an appointment with me, I am here and I'm ready to talk. If you are in Accra tomorrow, I can meet you. We can talk on Zoom, or you visit our office. Can visit our office in East Legon, and I can have a chance to talk to you. Can one secure employment with good pay while studying for masters? Yes. Please, till when are you accepting bookings for appointment? I'll close it once I am done. Is it compulsory to write a highlight? I think I've listened. I want you to ask me very compelling questions, very compelling questions. I've said a lot today. I want you to ask me compelling questions. So, yes. Can one secure employment with good pay while studying for Australia? Yes. Yes, we can. So, if you are ready to book an appointment with me to support you to do the application and admission, why not? Please, my GPA is 2.66. Okay, couple of questions. My proposal is fully ready. Can I still meet you? Benjamin, yes, of course, you can. Adusafo, please, can I do master's with second class lower in telecom engineering? Yes. Can your family join? Yes, 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 of course. Of course. So you can do it. Yes, you can. If you have any question to share with me and you want me to address it, so far as your decision to study Australia is concerned, please let me know and I'll be very happy to answer you. Thank you so much. A lot of people want to pay money to connection people to help them. Don't pay money to connection people to help you. Pay money to professionals to support your application, and then we will give you a good job. Where is your office? In Takoradi? We are on the Liberation Road, Ifea Crense Legacy Building. That's where we are. So if you are here this great day, can we help in sponsorship arrangement? I'm sorry, no, we can't do that. You need to get money in your bank account. Your family members can sponsor you. You can use Treasury, fixed deposit. All these things can be used to support your application to get the visa. So you need to plan, you need to program it, and you need to prepare towards it. And that dream will come to pass. What is the average cost for PhD program in Australia? This cannot answer this question. Thank you. So what I'm trying to say is that there are questions that I cannot answer. If you ask, what PhD in what? Is it PhD in medicine? PhD in what? Please ask. There are questions that you need. What is the probability of securing admission when I decide to apply for school in Australia? If your documents are fantastic during counseling process, we should be able to get to admission within 2 weeks to a month, 14 days to 28 days. So please listen to me. My job here is basically to speak to people generally, give you general information. And then I can advise you on specific areas when you have booked an appointment with me. Without it, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to advise you. I need to meet you one-on-one on Zoom or in person, and then be able to ask you a few questions, and then we take it from there. Those who have paid your money, Enoch will send you a form. Please, when he sends the form, kindly make sure that you fill these forms and send it to me and send it to us so we can take it from there. I paid a 200 deposit last year, but couldn't continue due to finance. Do I still need to pay? Yes, sir. Ike. So if you have any question to ask, please feel free to come on board and let's take it from there. Australia is a great country. You need to be there. You need to be in Australia. Let's be in Australia. I'm going to Australia in October for a meeting. Let's be there. Let's be there. Let's be there. Join me in Australia and let's have a great time there. It's a great country. You'll enjoy the weather, you enjoy the food, you enjoy the people, you enjoy a job opportunity. During the COVID time, the Australian government allowed all international students to work full-time, and they have now extended the post-study permit up to 4 years. So if you finish your course in Australia, you can stay there for 4 years after your course, purposely to find employment and stay there and work to help them. You can make money to come and build your house. You can make money to establish a business. You can make money to support your family members. You have graduated from Ghana with a lot of degrees. You have master's degree, 2 masters. You have this and that, a whole lot of qualifications, but you are not finding employment. Australia said that come and do a trade course in cooking, carpentry, welding, and when you finish, get a job that will pay you well, that will shape and equip you. This is why I'm here. I'm here to talk about people who want to drive their future into success. I'm here to talk about people who want to change their environment. I'm here to talk to people who want to invest. Please, when my poor farmer father was sending me abroad, he had to sell his cocoa farm. He sold his cocoa farm to educate me, and today I can buy 100,000 times of that cocoa farm. So that is it. If you want to go to Australia, it is not cheap. I want you to have it in mind. It is not cheap. They will never open their borders for everybody to enter. They are smart. It is a country, they plan things. Before they will give you visa to come to the country, they want to make sure that you are relevant. They will get something from you. That is why they will never open their borders. No serious country will open their immigration border. People should just enter. It is never like Africa. I'm telling you, that is why Australia economy is like half of the whole of Africa. The whole of Africa economy, Australia economy is half of the whole of the Africa economy, $1.3 trillion. Okay, that's what Australia economy is. So they are a serious country. They will never open their schools. The people should come. That is why they check. Do you meet the requirement? Do you meet because they know when you get the visa and enter the country, you make it. So they don't want bogus students to enter the country. If you're a bogus applicant, your intention is to just get visa and enter Australia, I'm telling you, they'll refuse you. And if you get connection people who will tell you that, oh, we can help you to get a visa to enter. No, let me tell you, if you use a visitor's visa to enter Australia, it will be difficult for you to get a work permit. You'll be illegal. You'll be illegal unless you seek asylum, like you are sebi, gay or lesbian. Apart from these 2 areas, it's difficult for you. That is why the best way to go to Australia is use education. Use education. Apply to a school. Get an immigration consultant or education consultant. Let him advise you. You plan towards it. Gather the documents, pay budget, and apply. Okay, and you get the, can you work and school at the same time in Australia? Yes. Our first degree, can I enroll to do a trade program? Yes, William, it depends. On the book appointment, I will let you know. I want to go next year. Can I register? Spencer, yes. Can someone send the memo this evening around 7 p.m.? I am not sure. I need to seek approval. Can you work and school at the same time? So if you were looking for a place to study and invest, fine. As I said, a story I shared with you is that my father sold his cocoa farm and generated money to support me. And this is where I am today. And so I want to tell you, I know how people struggle to raise the money because our city continues to devalue all the time. That is true. But notwithstanding that, I want you to know that those people will not open their borders. Not at all. Not at all. Australia is more or less like an island. So normally, without flight or by air, it will be difficult to enter their land. It is difficult to enter their land. And I will not be here and encourage you to even use illegal means to go. Once you're an educated person, you have secondary school, you have HND, degree, master's, whatever, gather yourself, plan well, and use education to enter, and life will be better for you. This is what I keep telling people. Don't say somewhere for somebody who is not educated and exposed, a connection man somewhere to take your money and tell you that they are going to do connection. These days, people will tell you they are using crew visa C, or what do you call it? Is it maritime visa for people, and people are ignorant. They will tell you that when you get to Singapore, they will tell you that when you get to Singapore, they will get you visa. Be mindful about all these things and make sure that you don't fall for some of these things. Please, you need to be very, very mindful and ensure that at the end of the day, you are doing the right paperwork and that you are choosing the right school, and that the school that you have chosen is you can pay the tuition fees, and that you will survive when it comes to every process that you go through. This is what I have for you. I've got 9 more minutes. I'm closing 3:30. And so if you're here and you have questions, you want me to address it, I'll be very happy to do that for you. And we will take it from there. God bless you as you continue to engage me. Prince, okay, I've got a few questions here. Can I do my PhD? Okay, I have a long question. Let me see. Long question. Okay, I think I've answered that question. Yes. So if you're here and your intention is to study in Australia, and we are processing application for February, March 2023, I'm happy to do the process for you to start now for you. If you're in Takoradi, you're in Accra or Kumasi, wherever you are, we will be able to support you. We have a fantastic team dedicated to Australia markets, and they'll be ready to support your application and push your application to make sure that at the end of the day, your dream of going to the Aussie land becomes a reality. Yes, so that is it. It's a beautiful place. It's a fantastic place. And as I said, don't just choose a city. If you're from Ghana, and it's not like you have a family member in a particular city who is willing to really provide you special support, I recommend that probably when we get the opportunity, we should go to our regional areas to study, and that will open more doors for you and for me, and then all of us can really appreciate one day. Please, those who have paid their money, use your telephone number as reference, and let's take it from there. Can you give me a fair idea about the cost of studying in Ghana cities? I cannot give this because I don't know what you want to study, Benjamin. You see, what we need to do is that everybody has their profile different. The course you want to study, the school you want to study, the state or the city you want to study, they all differ. So if you say I should give you the course, I cannot give it to you. You want to book an appointment and I meet you on counseling, I will be able to advise you which school should you choose, which course you should choose, and which area should you go. All these things. And even the payment plan. Would the school accept payment plan? How would they rate it? All these things I'll share with you, and then we take it from there. And I'm ready in the process, but I don't have one document. Can I this affect my admission? No. We will support you, including the IELTS. If you want to write the IELTS, we have office in Takoradi, Accra, and Kumasi. All these offices will be ready to support you to write your IELTS. I want to fix one-on-one appointment with you. Say, is it possible? Isaac, it is possible. Book your appointment and then pay your appointment fee by paying 200 Ghana cedis to a Amumu account, and we will take it from there. Dennis Bridgesham, does the embassy conduct credibility interview? Yes, the Australian High Commission can do credibility interview. If you provide document and they want clarification, they can do that. If they want to, they can do that. They can call you all the way from South Africa. So those of us from Ghana, our student visas are processed in South Africa. So if you wish to, if your documents are not clear and they need clarification, they can call you on phone for interview. Yeah, sometimes they can send you email and give you the time that they want to interview you. Yeah, but if all your paperwork are genuine, everything is okay, they'll make the decision on information you provide on the papers. Any more questions, please? It's a great destination, a great country, fantastic people. I love going to Australia all the time. You enjoy the weather. You enjoy every aspect of it. It's a great nation, and they have respect for humanity. Yeah. All right. Since there's no any other question, I think everybody is satisfied. Please, Astolinks is ever ready to support you when it comes to education abroad. We are always ready. We are the local voice when it comes to education abroad, and we are ready. These are some of the universities we work with. Some of the universities we work with a lot of universities in Australia, and we are ever ready to support you to apply to any of our schools. Bring your documents. As I said, we need your degree certificate, every document that you have, you bring it. Let me be honest with you. As I'm running the promotion here, how feasible is it to work as a student to pay for your fees and expenses? It is possible. If you don't know, ask about it. I don't want to sound so convincingly. Thanks a lot, say I'm inspired. So one thing I want you to do is that our service fee is 500 to 1,000 Australian US dollars to process the application and admission visa. However, I have given a discount. You're only paying $250. If you do not pay, book your appointment today and you walk into our offices from tomorrow, I'm sorry to tell you that you will pay the full service fee, which will be the least will be $500. So if you have intention to study in Australia, and this is my Zoom meeting for the next 90 days. So if you have the intention to study in Australia, my personal advice for you now is to make sure that you try and book an appointment to meet me. After I have spoken to you, I will also assign to you a counselor who will do your application and take it to the next height. This is what I've come to share with you. Yes, you can still book the appointment, and I'll be very happy to support your decision to study abroad. I'll be very happy to help you to study abroad. Yes, it's a great destination, fantastic nation, and as always, as possible. I want to end by giving free advice. Please, there are a lot of genuine agencies in Ghana doing overseas education. And there are many bogus agencies. There are people who are not professionals and do not understand the process. If you want to study abroad, if you want to travel, please, the onus is on you to do proper research to find out the right agencies for you, the right offices for you. Please, experience is important. Visit companies that are registered, that have experience, they have the credibility and believability. Make sure you engage such organizations. Don't do business with somebody because the person is your schoolmate, because the person is your church member, because the person is just a Christian. He goes to the same church with you, because somebody just told you. Do business with people because you have conviction. You have done your personal research. You have done reviews about the people. What is their even presence online? Please, do they have stories to share? Who are their clients? Don't be a victim. Don't pay monies to companies that are not registered. Don't pay monies to people on the street. Don't send monies to people's bank account when you don't know them, you cannot trace them. Any money you pay, get a receipt. Please, never trust an agency to do everything for you without your involvement. For example, you have no idea what document they used to apply for you. You have no idea the bank statement they have used. You have no money in your bank account from, say, EcoBank, but they have done a bank statement in EcoBank in your name. Do you have money there? Was money deposited there? Is that not a fake bank statement? Please, no. You should be involved. Review application yourself. Check it to make sure that even if they have made a mistake, you can correct it. Because they are human beings, they can make mistake. Be part of the application process. Don't pay money and say, do everything for me. Please, don't pay money and say, do everything for me. If you do that, I am sorry. You are going to get visa refusal and you find yourself wanting. Do not provide fake bank statement, fake certificate, fake employment documents. These things may affect you tomorrow. It could be that today, you don't care, but who knows where you will be tomorrow. Assuming you have done a fake bank statement and you have been banned, you choose not to go to Australia, Canada, or this country again. One day you become a minister of state. Government is posting you or transferring you to go and work in one of these countries. Because on your immigration records, you have a ban, the country will not accept you. So let us be futuristic by building a strong foundation today, making sure that we don't do things that will spoil our future opportunities. Do not allow your temporary satisfaction affect your permanent intentions. Please, some of your partner schools has through GSP against it. Could you please enlighten me? I don't understand. GSP. So the GSP means that those schools, we work through another partner. Global Study Partners is another partner for us. So that's where we apply through. So there's another platform we use to apply. Michael Kweku Econ, thank you very much for bringing this to us. So please, and please, and please be very careful about this. A lot of people are duped. This morning, somebody called me that my friend has been duped 7,000 euros. I said, wow, 7,000 euros. Because you pay the money to the person to help you to travel. You don't want to go to school. The best way to travel now is by education. I have my provisional admission, but the date of lecture was 3rd July. What happens to, since I'm not done yet with the president, book appointment, Dion. Dion, you see, are you Dion, who is my client? Book appointment, let's take it from there. So these are some of the free advice I felt I should give you. And then I've given you, we can take it from there. When we meet on the Zoom meeting one-on-one, I can throw more light on the rest for you. Until we meet then, I want to say, let's see what the future holds for you and I. And we will take it from there. God bless you for your time with me this great afternoon. And a lot of people are sending me a message. I want to say that if you have not booked the appointment yet, as soon as I close this event, please, I'm done. Do not send your money again. As soon as we close the event, do not send your money again. If you send your money again, we will not be able to attend to you. So send your money in the next 2 minutes before I end the Zoom meeting. If you happen to be in any of our cities, you can pass by our office. If you're in Takoradi, as I'm in Takoradi now, our office in the first floor, Ifua Currency Legacy Building, Liberation Road, opposite the SDA Hospital. In Accra, we are located at 4A Popor Street, East Legon, around the Melcom, not far from the Baoleshi High Sense. That's where we are. And then in Kumasi, we are in the first floor, Texas Hotel, Asokwa. We are just opposite the Kumasi City Mall. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Astolinks International. And you can send us email, info@astolinks.net. And you can always visit our website, www.astolinks.net, to read about our new development, our programs, and our initiatives. Until that, I want to say thank you for your time. I wish you the very best. Enjoy the weekend and have a safe day. God bless you so much. I look forward to see you again, and May the future be great for you. Love you all. Bye-bye. Your friend, Rachel Obiansmi. Cheers. Bye-bye. As I'm ending, some people have sent their questions. I just want to respect that. Can you help? It's not important. Can I still help in account creation? No, I'm sorry. These questions, I cannot answer them. Thank you very much. And thank you so much. May the good Lord bless you and bless you and bless you and bless you. Cheers. Bye. Please, I'm done. Do not send your money. If you send your money after 3:36, it's not refundable. God bless you all. Take care. Cheers. Bye.